Hello and welcome to my very first episode of the Sidispinnt Podcast. I'm Asita from Sidispinnt and I like to talk in this podcast about all fiber-related crafts like spinning, knitting, dyeing, designing and what I'm working on at the moment. A little bit about me. I'm 40 now. I'm a mom of a little sweet son and I'm working as a computer scientist next to my fiber studio. And yes, in the fiber world I am mostly a spinner and a knitting designer and a little bit a dyer at the moment. I don't dye as much as I would to earlier. Yes, I'm from Switzerland, so my mother language is not English. I choose to talk in English because I can reach a lot more people. And also in Switzerland we have like 4 languages. And I thought in English I can reach all these languages. So yeah, I'm sorry about my bad English. I have to practice a lot more, I think. But with time I think it comes better. So yes, my mother language is German. Better Swiss German, so maybe sometimes I will say a word in Swiss German when I don't remember the English word. Have fun about. Yes, this podcast I plan to do like one a month or yes, when I have something to tell about. Sure, it will not come as much it could be, so because I have a lot of to-dos with my family and my job, and yes, and I like to work on a lot of fiber projects, so I plan to do it once a month or once in 2 months. Another thing about this podcast is I didn't do one until now because there was I have had some issues about. One issue was the language. I couldn't decide if I would do it in English, where I'm not really secure about the language, or I do it in German. So that's one issue. The other issue, it was I really don't have time to cut a beautiful podcast with video sequences or with fancy pictures popping up or something. So this podcast, it will be a little bit funny because I don't want to cut it. So there will be some pauses where I'm not talking because I'm searching a word, or I lose my red thread through the podcast. So please don't mind. Yes, I'm also trying to look a little bit better in the camera. I'm tending to look with my eyes around me when I'm not really comfortable. Yes, and also I have a lot of fibers in my side behind the camera, so I have to spot a little bit about the colors sometimes. Yeah, also I'm in my fiber studio in Bern, so you see my yarn shelf behind me. Sometimes maybe I will turn the camera and you see my fiber shelves. Yes, I thought it's a little bit happier than a white wall. Yeah, sadly I don't have to show some finished objects. I'm working on a lot of things, but I tend to work at too much things, so I finish not all months. So maybe I want to show you what I'm working on in the knitting at the moment. It's the most easiest thing for me when my little one goes to sleep, so I can knit a little bit. It's more quiet than spinning, and it's better to take with me. So I'm currently very excited about my latest pattern that we're coming end of this month, and still not finished. So it's the Akina cardigan, and the cuff of the sleeve is left. So it's my last sleeve, and I only have to do the cuff, and then I'm finished. I'm very, very excited. It's an open front cardigan with a twisted stitch cable at the collar, and it starts at the back, and then you pick up for the front. It's slightly oversized. I really like to have a little bit more at the sleeves, so I can wear a little pullover or shirt underneath without it's too tight. Then I work it in Batmar yarns Yak 3. It's a fingering weight. It's 400 meter on 100 grams, so usually a really normal fingering weight, and it's pure yak, and I really, really like it. His stitch definition is so beautiful. You see it in this in the cable. Wow, it pops really out. So at the moment this pattern is in testing, and they are working on so beautiful versions of it. So I can't wait to release that. So I have to finish this sleeve, and then I have to make some beautiful pictures in my apartment. I usually take pictures in our living room in my apartment, because we have a big window with the forest behind. It's really beautiful. So this is the first one I like to show you. So then I work on a second pattern. It's a little bit boring, I think, because maybe I show. No, I show the pattern first. I work on a really simple show in a DK weight yarn. It's Malabrigo Rios. Here I used the color Nimbus Grey, and I work with two skins, and I alternate because they are so different, but I really liked the look. And when I'm finished with this really boring body, but it's really relaxing, and you can knit straight away without thinking, it's gonna be a mosaic at the end. And I think if you know a little bit about my pattern, you maybe realized it's the same color I used for the Walk in the Dawn cardigan, and yes, it's gonna be a Walk in the Dawn show. If you don't know my Walk in the Dawn cardigan, I currently wear it, so maybe, oh, sorry, my chair. I can show you. It is an open front cardigan with a mosaic at the end, and a really interesting ribbing border. You knit it around the whole piece, and make some increases for the edges. So maybe I'll show you. I really like this little tiny feature. So I love this cardigan. So the contrasting color for the mosaic. I put all links down below in the box. So to all the patterns and yarns I show you. So I have to make it a little bit more beautiful. No. So the contrasting color of the shawl will be whole grain. It was quite a little bit hard because I ordered a whole grain and it was too dark. It was too similar to the light parts of the Nimbus Grey, so I have to reach out to the yarn store to ask if they have a little bit a lighter one, and it was I bought it on Strickcafé Aarau, and she was taking some pictures and looked if she has some lights, and she had one and she sent it to me. I was really happy, so I could take the same coloring as for the cardigan. So this one should be gone really fast. I think I am working on a 5mm needle. It's a US 8. So I think it's coming out this year, hopefully. I have to knit faster. Also, I'm working on a project. I can show you, sadly. It's a secret test knit for the talented designer Rusty Knitwear, but I can show you which yarn I used. A moment. I use my own dyeing. It's a Tibetan single, and the color is pine. And everyone who knows me knows I love green. I could do everything in green. And in the last few years, another color popped up, and it's rust. So I'm tending to do everything in rust and green. So this secret test is I do in green. It maybe shows a little bit lighter than it really is. So maybe I can show you. Maybe it's the light. So it's a little bit darker and more olive, more yellowish in real life. So, but I love this brown, green, turquoise variation in this yarn. It's really some of my favorite dyes. So, then about ideas. I have so much ideas to work on. So much designing ideas, but also so much ideas I want to knit from other designers. I really have to buy some time somewhere. So if anybody knows where I can buy time, please let me know. I need a lot. So the next idea I have. Do you know the pattern for my son? I made the little red panda sweater. Sadly, I don't have it here at the moment. It's at home, but it's a little sweater with the colorwork hem in Yarnadelic, John Arben's Yarnadelic yarn, and I have them here. And the main color will be Galletta guitar. Then I make the colorwork in Black Gold of the Sun and Ordinary Joe. And I will do an adult version of it. I really love this little sweater. Sadly, Now I think it's too small for my son, but I really want to have one for me, and I think about to do a sweater for women and men, so a unisex sweater. So something about ID. I will not finish this year, I think, but yeah, we never know. So, first ID. The other idea I have for summer next year, I think a lot ahead, is a top, shirt or top. I don't think, don't know right now, but I have this beautiful yarn from Elliot and Me. It's a bamboo linen blend in a beautiful rusty tone. It's plant dyed. I fell so badly in love, and I really hope to stock this yarn one time in my life. So yeah, it's one of my favorite at the moment, and I made a little tiny swatch, and I like to show you. It's really hard because of the lace. It should be a lace in front here, and then the rest will be a ribbing, like three ribbing or something. Yes, I'm currently thinking about if it's really only a top or a little shirt with a little bit of sleeve. Yes, yeah. Write a comment down below if you have some favorites. Do you like tops or more shirt? I'm more a shirt person. I like to have a little bit of fabric on my shoulder, because I'm burned really quickly in the summer. I'm always a little bit red haired, and here I'm always deep red in summer. So I always have to take some sunscreen, and 50 or more. That's about my designing ideas. I am currently on. I currently have or more. I think it's priority 1, designing ideas. I also work on projects from other design. At the moment, I am doing some Christmas gifts. My niece ordered some socks. I'm not a sock knitter, really not, but I love Stonitz and Charlotte from Stonitz and her socks. So I bought these mushroom socks. I really forgot how they called. I will make a note in the box down below. So sorry, Charlotte. Yes, and I work these cute socks in Prue yarns. And Prue sock yarn. It's bluish with some poppy sprinkles on it. It's a beautiful one. Love to work with that. And then the heel and the tip of the sock I will work in Frida Voss yarns, and I hope I can show you it. It's a glittery one. Maybe a little bit. It has a lot of glitter in it, and I think it's perfect for my niece. So the little mushrooms I worked in a scrap yarn from my Barbary Tibetan sock base, but sadly it was a little bit too thick. It's a little bit bigger than the sock yarn, so it makes a little bit too big in this part of the color work. Also, I have to say, I think I'm an experienced color work knitter. I work two-handed, but I had some really problems with working with 3 strands because I don't have 3 hands, so I can work very fast with two colors, but 3, it was a whole nother level of knitting color. So, but I did, and I'm very glad I did. It turns out really beautiful. So hopefully I will finish that until Christmas. So I have a Christmas gift. So sorry about this. It's usually normal. In my projects, I tend to make a mess. Then I have an idea for the field sweater. You all think, I think you all saw the field sweater from Camilla. I have to show. I have a look because I have my laptop here. I think you will hear it. I lost my internet. Perfect timing. Really. So that's what I'm talking about at the beginning. So there will be some pauses and errors, I think. So yeah, it's a field cardigan I want to knit from Camilla Wad. Yes. And I had ordered a yarn, a fluffy yarn, this one, for my stock, so I can dye it. It's not a mohair because I'm allergic to mohair. Sadly, I'm really allergic to mohair. So I always search some yarns who can make this effect of the mohair, and now I found one. I really love it because it yak in it, and baby alpaca and silk. Yes, and I love this beautiful natural grey tone, and I will pair it with my Tibetan single undyed, also in this beautiful grey color. And I think it's gonna be really beautiful, this cardigan. So I hope I can swatch soon. But I think I will start this project next year. So I think I'm through the knitting part. Yes. Maybe next time I introduce you in my project never finished. I have a box of projects or also design. I never finished it. I don't know why, but I have to unbox it and show and have a look, and maybe I finish some of them soon. So I like to go on with spinning. I was usually first a spinner. I started with 16 to spin on a spindle, mostly only with pre-drafting, and then with 23. I think it was 23. No, 27. I made a diploma about spinning. So, and after the diploma, I started to knit. So it was a lot of time only spinning, and it's sad. I don't spin as much I did earlier, but I also have some reasons why. I tend to take knitting with me in buses, trains, or something. I don't have a car. I'm only with public transportations, so I find it much more easy to knit as to spin in public. Yes, I could spin in public with all my spindles. They are not big, and you can, but it's not that easy as knitting. So I tend to knit a lot more. The other reasons is I have, shame on me. I can talk about it. No, I have to talk about it. I have a project order now 10 years ago, and I'm not finished now. So shame on me. It's a little bit embarrassing, but this big project or order like to take some joy of spinning of me. So I should, when I'm thinking about it, I should have stopped it 5 years ago. So, but it's 10 years now, and I can't stop that. I have to finish it. So, yeah, it's embarrassing, but yeah, I think I learned with this order. I'm not a person who can take order. I should have fun with and joy with the project I do. So I have in mind to finish it. I hope this year, but I don't think I can. But I try. So maybe I have to show you what I'm talking about. It's a really lovely person who gave me this order. She has some llamas and who wanted to make a sweater out of them, of the fiber. And I was excited and thought, yeah, of course. And maybe I went over top. I thought it has to be a 3-ply, and it has to be a thin 3-ply, so she don't have too warm in this sweater. So I make a 3-ply, and I tried to reach a fingering to a DK weight with the 3-ply. So here is one of the bobbin. Here is a little more, and you see it in my lantern behind me. It's also bobbin. I hope full in the next few days. And about the fiber, it's really a soft fiber. It's a lovely one, but and now I talk because maybe it's a reason why I always try to avoid to spinning this order. It has a lot of these little hay pieces in it, and it's so hard to take them out. So it has you need a long time to pick as much as you can out of this fiber. So that's because I'm not that spinner I was earlier. So, but my mojo for spinning was coming back. I tried to finish that because I have an idea, another idea. It's an idea to make a design out of my handspun. I never did this because it's so hard to make a design on your with your handspun, because you wanna provide or provide your customer a yarn they also can use. So, or buy to use, and you want to have a yarn weight they can substitute. So, but I really like to do something out of my handspun, so I will do one in my handspun and maybe try to provide an alternative yarn base which they can buy. So I like to do this design with 2 different fibers or 2 different colors. One fiber is a Cormo fiber. I bought some Cormo from the US in fleece, so in dirty fleece. It's not washed or combed or something like that. Maybe I can show you a little bit. So that's the dirty one. It's not as dirty as it could be, and I love this crimp Cormo has. So maybe I hope you see it. It's a lot of crimp. It's really bouncy and beautiful, soft and squishy. I only can recommend to work sometime with a little bit Cormo. Cormo is a breed from, I think it's Merino and Corriedale. Yeah, okay, yes, Cormo, yes, Corriedale Merino. And they have a range of microns from 17 to 23. It's a really soft one. Yes, and I have to wash it. So, yeah, the fiber prep will be a little bit time consuming. So I have to wash it, dry it, and then decide if whether I will go to spin directly from the flock, or I will comb it. So I tend to comb. I love to spin from the flock, but I tend to go really thin when I do this. So I think I will do a comb. I do combing and make a top on it of it. It's a little bit test spinning. It's a 2-ply I did on my spindle, my little spindle. And you see in this one how fluffy and airy and bouncy this fiber is. Really elastic. So I can wait to make this project happen. Also, I need another color or another contrast fiber. I bought something in New Zealand. I wasn't in New Zealand. I bought it in New Zealand. It's from Fiber Artemis. She has an Etsy shop. I will link the shop down below. And she has the most beautiful dyeing I saw lately. So this one is a pole washed silk top, and really I'm speechless how vibrant and beautiful the color alignment is. So I love the orange rusty tones and the green, and I spotted a little bit of purple in it some points. It's so beautiful. And the other color is I don't know how I will combine it, but the other color is same beautiful, really gorgeous. Also with the again the orange and the petrol teal parts. And this one is a merino and silk. And I hope I can combine that. I think about to do one thread of the one thread of the green and one thread of the petrol and combine them, or a fractal spinning, but I'm not sure now. I don't have to be sure because I have to wash the kormo first. So. Yes, that's about my spinning plans. Do I have something more in my mind? I have a little worksheet for this podcast. I hope I was a little bit in the right direction of it. Yes. Yes, I am. I wrote me a note about dying. So I was before my pregnancy and my pause for motherhood. I was maternity leave. Yeah, it calls maternity leave. I was a full-time dyer. I think I died so much, and I had also some issues with my body because it's a really hard job to dye, to have to lift a lot of weight, and yes, it's not easy. So lately I started to dye again, and I dyed like 3 times now this year, and I was every next day I was really sick. So I think I don't come back as a full-time dyer again. So and I don't like to say I will never dye again. So because I do dye, I like to dye at some point. Yes, and I will dye again, but I don't will dye in a tornus, in how do I say regelmäßig in Swiss German, in a regular base. Yes, that's about dyeing. Yeah. Maybe I can show you one of my spinning tools I really love. It's not a spindle. I'm usually a spindle spinner, but it's not a spindle. It's my Lendrum spinning wheel, and I can say, whoop, maybe I can show it. My Lendrum spinning wheel. Now it's 12-year-old. I think it's 12 years when I bought this, and it was my very first spinning wheel ever. And I have a lot of spinning wheels. I think it's like seven. I think it's 7 spinning wheels. But the Lendrum was and is the best spinning wheel for me. It's it's just like it's basic, but the Lendrum can do everything. You have some additional flyers and bob ends, and you can do so much with this wheel, and it spins so smooth. So I only can recommend the Lendrum. Sadly, you can buy it in Switzerland. You have to buy it in the US, or I think in Germany it has a retailer now. Yes, that's about my spinning tools. I hope I will do another podcast soon, so I can show you more about my spinning tools, my 20, 30, I think it's 40 spindles now. So there's a lot to show. Yeah, it was fun. I hope it wasn't too bad with the microphone. I only use my smartphone at the moment. Maybe I have to look about the microphone, but yeah, everyone is starting small, I think. Yes. Yeah, it was fun, and have a nice time. Happy knitting, happy spinning. See you soon. Bye.